You must start your run by restarting checkpoint during the cutscene, it's the rules, and otherwise auto-splitter is not going to work properly. Press any button to wake 6 up and go right. If you will be following my stamina route, you can do 2 jumps here, then open the hatch and go inside. Always hold sprint in the vents, it makes you move faster but doesn't take your stamina away. It doesn't regenerate while crouch running though, so you still need to have it when entering the vent. On the stairs, you can see me pushing slightly up, and that's because if you run exactly in the middle, you might lose a bit of speed due to weird geometry here and how the game handles it. As you reach the top of the stairs, pull down slightly or you might bump into the stairs post. If you've done everything correctly, you should reach the next room with 40 plus stamina. After the slide, walk up until this line to get some of it back, then keep running. First skip is the chair skip. You will need to have full running speed for it, so that's why we're doing the stamina management up until this point. You can also just wait a second or two to get it back if needed. What you need to do now is to run towards the wooden plank on the ground, and for the most part, as long as you step on it and jump, it should work. Most important for the skip is the angle of the jump. You might need to pull the left stick down more than you think you do. Angle yourself towards the handle and this will save you 6 seconds. If you struggle with the skip or for some reason don't want to do it, you can do the intended way by pulling the chair just close enough to make the jump. After the door, go right and waste all your stamina on jumping because we'll get it back during climbing. Find an easy for you method not to get hit by the fridge door. For example, try to walk left right after it opens or just jump away and back. For a fast climb here, bump into the wall first, then jump and grab. Run all the way right, and if you only jump over the pit, you will be good on stamina. Climb the box without jumping and pull the lever. As soon as you pass the door, start jumping and pull the plank. What you want to do here is to jump down so 6 ends up as close to the edge of the puddle as possible, but not too close to the leeches. As you get out of the hole, let 6 run for half a second, then do 2 consecutive big jumps, and it's the second jump you would want to angle down a bit as you fall. Then go right and push the door. Here what you want to do is jump the gap instead of going on the plank and spend your stamina in a way that will still allow you to make the last jump of another gap at the end. In this part you would want to do slightly less than 1 1/4 rotation. That would be just enough for you to get through the door before it closes if you jump all the way right. As soon as you pass it, you can notice save load eye icon in the bottom right corner. That's when you should go to the menu and restart the checkpoint. Doing this will save you 6 seconds by putting you further in the room and restoring your stamina to full. You can start moving while the screen is still black by either looking at when the timer resumes in life split or when the eye icon blinks faster than before. Go diagonally down right and try to slide into the hole. Jump the rest of the way and grab the rope at the highest point of a jump. After climbing the rope, as you go through the bars, press S and D on your keyboard, don't sprint. Or try to aim with the stick and you should fall on the edge of the box, skipping fall animation. Jump on the box and towards the lever. Do 2 jumps here, and as you go through the bars you will get some of your stamina back as long as you don't hold sprint. If you do, it'll waste it for nothing instead. Now do 3 jumps and go through the bars again. To skip waiting at the light, we can do something called a zip, and how it works is you put an object close enough for 6 to reach, but something is partially blocking the direct line of sight to it. What the game will do is give you a boost towards the object, and if you crouch right after trying to grab it, you can conserve that boost momentum and turn it into a slide. So after getting through the bars, you should have enough stamina to make 3 jumps. Then grab one of the cubes. Stop 6 exactly on this doorstep with her both feet on it. Put down the cube, go left and tap right, make sure not to trip her. So 6 is as close as she can be to the step, but none of her feet are actually raised up by it. Tap grab followed by crouch almost as fast as possible and 6 should slide through the room. The timing of the crouch right after the tap is what you most likely will have issues with, but once you get it a few times the skip should be reasonably consistent. Occasionally you might undershoot or overshoot and end up in the light, but in practice it only happens about every 10th attempt. I explained the setup with very precise positioning, but usually if you're a bit off it should still work. Doing the zip will save you about 7 seconds. After you climb on the cage, run along it to get to a sprint, and you would want to angle your jump to get on the platform without climbing it. Go to the door, and if you were fast enough in the segments prior, the door should be barely open enough for you to squeeze in. You might have to pull the left stick down much more than you think to get through without touching the door. Keep running, ignore the janitor, do a couple of jumps at the end and proceed to the vent. As you get on the last platform, don't touch the wall because 6 will stick to it if you do, and you won't be able to slide into the hole. The slide could be tricky and might require a bit of practice. Don't forget to sprint in the vent. Hungers are cube-shaped triggers that will put 6 into the hunger animation, which on average takes about 5 seconds each, but we can skip most of them by intentionally tripping right before the trigger. To do so, you can either mash one directional button a few times, hold one direction and mash the other, or alternate left-right quickly before the trigger. Good visual cue for the first trigger is this line on the wall. If you follow it to the ground, the trigger will be on the next line. Second hunger in the set can be skipped by jumping into the trigger and grabbing the wall. You could do it by jumping towards the wall from the handle of the metal hatch. Keep grabbing until the hunger activates and it will automatically drop you down. Sometimes it might take a while, sometimes it will be almost instant. Doing 2 hunger skips here will save you 14 seconds. Third one starts the cutscene, so there is no reason to skip it. Just get to the top of the stairs as quickly as you can and then try to be as close to the bread as possible so you can grab it instantly. It's possible to do hunger skips with a controller, but if you are running the game on a PC, it makes it much easier if you switch to a keyboard for this part. For the next segment, just run without jumping. Instead of going around to the right, as you climb onto the platform, hold run and up. Allow 6 to do one step and very quickly change direction down towards the cube. 6 should switch to running and that will allow you to make the jump. If it's difficult or inconsistent for you, don't worry, it only saves about a second. Either go around and do the intended way or run right a bit first to get some space and jump on the cube. Proceed further. Pull the lever on the wall, then start pulling the other lever right, it'll go when it's ready. As soon as it is in its rightmost position, pull it left and run straight left for the cube. Open the first drawer until its bottom part aligns with this paper on the ground, climb and open the second drawer about half of the first one. It's possible to do a full recovery animation skip here if you release the lever at the right time, just before it goes fully down, but it's tricky to do, so don't worry about it. For the pulley skip, I will show you the fastest strat and the safe one. You definitely want to do one of them as it can save up to 32 seconds. Here's the comparison, but expect the difference in time to be closer to 5 seconds in actual runs. I strongly recommend the safe strat. Jump or slide into this wall and fall along this line. It doesn't have to be super precise, but if you fall too much to the left, camera might not follow you. Be careful with the second box as it has a hole near the wall, so don't walk there. In fact, if you fall following the line, you can just do a jump right and end up on the third box. Camera still will be an issue, so use your right stick to look down, then follow this path. For the fast strat, you want to switch to a keyboard and run along this wall, but not too close to hit the cables. Jump and at the end, as you fly past this part, hold left and hopefully, probably not, but hopefully, you will land on this box with missing geometry that will save you from fall damage. Then follow the same path as the safe strat. It's possible to clip through the bars here and in other places with precisely timed jump, but it will put 6 into a glitchy state. Tripping or restarting checkpoint will fix it, but this is not something that is really used in a run, because at other bars as we go through them, we use that time to get some of the stamina back. Although here, you could do it to trigger the checkpoint quicker, restart the checkpoint, and it should be faster, and will guarantee you a favorable light cycle. If you want to try it, you need to jump the moment before you hit the bars. But it's not the most important thing in the run. If you restart the checkpoint, Light Cycle will allow you to go through the room as soon as 6 wakes up, but the bucket will obstruct her model from view. You can jump once here to get a bit ahead of it to make it easier, then follow this line and use the lighter's reflection on the ground to guide you. And now you want to save as much stamina as you can while still getting to the box. It's possible to jump on the platform instead of climbing it. Climb the left corner of the box and start running when the shadow is in the middle between the wall and the box, and you might get it. Jump the rest of the way and prison is done.